We're being invited to remember the essential oneness of life. This is the gift of the new consciousness that we're being invited to live more deeply into. Equally important is to remember and to look into the face of the brokenness of the earth and the brokenness that we know within us, within our families and communities, the brokenness among us as nations and as wisdom traditions. I studied theology in Edinburgh, in Scotland, and was taught in part by an Irish leprechaun of a man named Newell O'Donoghue. One of the things that Newell loved to remind us of was his practice as a boy at baptismal renewal, when the priest would say to the people, "Do you renounce Satan and all his works?" The people would respond with heartfelt passion, "We do, the dirty bastard." Not a response that found its way into written liturgical form. Is there anything of essential value in life that happens without passion, without a mighty stirring of energy within us? Whether that is the procreation of our children, whether that is artistic creativity or scientific discovery, whether that is a vision for justice that can change the heart of a whole nation. My father is frail these years. I'm living through what is like the passing of my father as he loses his memory and his clarity of mind. So part of what I'm doing at this stage in my life is asking, what is the strength of my father? What are the gifts of my father that I may carry within me and that I long to carry within me as part of our healing as a community and as a world? And I've been remembering that when I was a young man, my father was doing a lot of refugee work in different parts of the world, in refugee camps. He was often away for many weeks at a time, and his practice was to speak into a cassette tape recorder every day, and once a week or once every 10 days he would send us a cassette tape so that we could learn about the people he was meeting and the situations he was involved with. On one of the occasions when he was into a refugee camp, especially for Cambodian refugees in the wake of the killing fields, he had met many families who had known loss, parents who had lost their children, children who had lost their parents. He entered the car that he was traveling in, intending to speak into the microphone to tell us about the brokenness that he had witnessed and been part of. As he began to record, he wept. The extraordinary thing about my father is that he chose not to turn off the tape recorder, not to erase his tears, so that what I heard as a young man was my father weeping for a couple of minutes. How can we be strong for one another, not paralyzed by the brokenness of the world, but allowing ourselves to weep with those who weep, allowing ourselves to truly look into the face of the depths of our brokenness, and allow the flow of tears in us to be part of the healing of our relationships and world.